your boy Hype, bringing you another Destiny video on the Animal Instincts Gaming channel, and the Iron Banner was back this week, so I figured I'd get some gameplay footage up there for you guys. And you know, as far as the gameplay, I'm running around with the Vex Mythic class, and the gameplay's not really too spectacular. There's some good moments and stuff, like you seen in the little beginning intro. I think I end up going like 22 and 5, somewhere around there. And you know, right here in the very beginning, a few guys on the other team that they left out, so kind of slow for a little bit. And you'll see I even used a gold gun and kind of jumped the gun on it, was trying to anticipate spawn, and there was no one there to kill. But anyways, I'm not really going to talk too much about this gameplay. I just thought it was entertaining for you guys to watch, and it is the Iron Banner. But I had a few things that I just wanted to discuss. One of them was actually brought to my attention from one of you guys. You ain't ready, shout out to you. But that's going to be the second one that I talk about a little bit here. The first one I want to talk about, and it's basically there's some changes that are coming to Destiny. And I mean, a lot of you are probably already aware of this. I just, you know, I've been aware of the one for a while, and the second one's kind of new to me. But anyways, one of the changes that they are going to be doing is based on, I guess they looked at the stats, and the pulse rifles are the least used weapons in the game. Now, I don't really know 100% sure if that's entirely, you know, or if that's just based on primaries. But whatever, really doesn't make much of a difference. So what they are trying to do is force people's hands into using pulse rifles more, which, you know, whatever, that's fine. You know, if you beefed up the pulse rifles a little bit, it adds a little something else to, you know, I tend to like to switch around with the weapons that I use. So I wouldn't mind using pulse rifles a little more often if they were, you know, more worthy of using. But that's not how they're doing it. They're actually decreasing just about everything else and bringing up the pulse rifles a little bit. So, you know, as we know in the Crucible and Iron Banner, even at that, even though you have the level advantages and everything, it takes a little bit to kill somebody, you know. Quite a few shots. So now that you're bumping down, you know, all the guns that we've all came adapted to and love, they're not going to be what they once were. You know what I mean? Look at the Vex. When the Vex first came out, everybody was just like, wow, this thing, they need to do something to it. It's insane. It's way OP. And you know, they were right. It definitely was. But the fact is, it was a very difficult gun to get. That's still not a lot of people to this day even have it. You know, and it's gotten easier to get because they corrected some things. You know, at first it was like next to impossible to get. So I don't really know how I feel about that, man. I kind of wish they would just do, you know, a little buff, a slight buff to the pulse rifles, just make them a more viable weapon instead of tampering with the other ones, you know. But that's what they're going to do, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't know if it's going to affect me too much because I'm not really a big PvP player. I am when the banner comes around, but for me, there's so many things wrong with the PvP. Not really the gameplay itself. I mean, a lot of times there are. When you die, you can't spawn in. You get that moment right there. And sometimes you shoot guys, and after they're already around the corner or a mile away, they die. You know what I mean? After you think that you didn't kill them, they end up dying after they're already out of the picture. And sometimes that happens, and, you know, they end up killing you too or whatever. But, you know, and the main thing with the Crucible and Iron Banner is just the reward system. It is horrible. It is horrible. You can play, you know, 5 hours straight and not end up with anything useful. You know what I mean? So that's why I never really played it too much, because there was so much more value in just playing the game. You know, you get so much more rewards for leveling up and weapons and all that other stuff. But I don't know, man. That's just something I want to get out there and get your guys' thoughts on that. And the next thing, like I said, was brought up to me by You Ain't Ready. And apparently they were bringing matchmaking into the Nightfalls and the Heroics. Well, the Heroics I know of. He had commented, and I said, you know what, let me do a little research into this. And sure enough, they're going to be having matchmaking, which is great for some. I mean, I get messages all the time, hey, can you help me in this and that? But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be helpful. You know, you can get some of the worst players, no offense to anybody, but there's some pretty bad players out there. Or there's players who just don't care that are going to want to ride. And I don't know if it's true or not. You know, I haven't really done much research into it, but to me it just seems like if you have a full fire team, all right, you do less damage to the enemies. You know, because it's like you have 3 people, so it takes 3 times as much to kill each enemy, you know what I mean? Or it's your bullets are, you know, 3 times less the amount of damage. I don't know how it works, but that's just the way it seems to me. And I've always done, you know, all the Nightfalls solo. I do run them with my friends, but I always do that one solo and get it up there and upload it so a lot of people can see it. People who didn't get to, you know, people that don't have friends to run with and stuff like that, you know, so they could get a chance to do it solo. I'm just hoping that, you know, you don't have to find a match, because then you can jump in at the end of the Nightfall, and I don't know how it's going to work out, man, but I guess we shall see in the near future. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about some of these updates that are coming to Bungie and to Destiny. Bungie, why are you doing this? And if you like this video in any kind of way, please leave a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. And if you haven't, be sure to subscribe to Animal Instincts Gaming. Got plenty of content coming your way. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Animals, it's your boy Hype. We out.